everyone. Okay, perfect. Hello, this is our first live stream in like a year, I think.
Yep, yep, definitely is. So bear with us.
We just finished our Yin Yang SoulSHINE event and it was badass.
Yes, it was. It was nothing short of magical. Not that I thought it would be any less, but yeah, we're just like super pumped, still on the high of it. Like I got off and I was like, I want to do another one. I want to do another one. And that's literally how I felt after our retreat too. So we're gonna really use this high vibe energy to share our membership details with you guys. We rolled it out in the event, but now that the event is over, we want to share it with everybody and anybody that it resonates with. It's called the Remembrance Portal. And it
Mm-hmm.
is a membership that is either 3, 6, or 9 months to be in our awesome, badass, small no more energy container where you will get one live call a month with either Sam or I or both of us together, very similar to what we just did in our Yin Yang event. And then you'll get transmissions and meditations and little voice notes from us. Like it's just going to be this fucking awesome space where we get to share everything with you guys and receive from you as well.
Because we're all about living like in the moment. And so we're also going to have a live telegram, a private telegram, not live. Well, because we're alive, but it's going to have a private telegram where in the moment when we're getting downloads or information's coming in, we can just channel it right into the telegram for everybody. And it has a multidimensional library, which means it's filled with medical and mystical support for you guys. And we're really excited about this because we've been wanting to do group coaching for a while, but didn't know how to really let that magic play out. And but now's the time, so we're doing it as a membership, and we're not doing it monthly membership because transformation takes a little while, guys. And we can feel something instant, but this isn't a portal for immediate dopamine hits. It's to help build your happy chemicals and hold hands with your shadow and light and really tap into that small no more energy that we're fucking embodying and we have been, and we're here to support everyone who's ready to embody their own small no more, to hold hands with your shadow, to honor your light and your shadow. And what we mean by shadow is just the parts that we're nervous of connecting to or that we hide from, or a shadow could even be like a pain in the body or an emotion we don't want to connect to or feel, right? Or a conversation we don't want to have. And it's like this portal, this remembrance space, this sacred union that we've co-created is to empower you to stand in your power, holding the shadow and the light,
Mhm.
um, in real time,
In
not
real time.
in real time.
As things are coming up in real time in your life, because that's how Sam and I operate, because we are always navigating yin yang energy with everything. And once you see from that perspective, you can't not see from that perspective. And it's beautiful because that is what I believe the harmony is. It's balancing the light and the dark, right? And I feel like shadow is just our human aspects. Light, of course, is our soul, right? It's our spirit self, but like shadow is just the parts of our human journey that have been shamed or we've been afraid of. It's our fears, it's our insecurities, it's the labels we've been labeled with, it's the limiting beliefs. I mean, there's so much, but there's so much medicine in the shadow. And when we allow ourselves to shine light on it, because ironically, people are more afraid of light than shadow, to be honest, because it's really the light that um, is what revealing, it's what reveals the shadow, right? So it's
Mhm.
actually light that people are afraid of. We all have a knowing of what's lurking in our shadows, but it's the light that comes in to illuminate it. And it's a gift when we can see every experience in life as yin yang. It's a gift.
Mhm.
1000%.
And we started off our Soul Shine event by sharing a little story how Maria and I met and how we were literally playing small and the short end of the, well, it's not the stick, the stem, we'll say.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a pivotal moment in our life. That was in 2019,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
Um, we were at a meditation together where we had the same, pretty much the same exact experience. We didn't know each other yet. She came up to me after. I was like, "Are you a nurse?" And I was like, "Yeah, I am. Are you?"
Are
And then a
you?
week, and then a week later, we went to, we had to bring flowers to this like group reading, and Maria and I both brought flowers that had short stems. And our teacher, Debbie, she was like, "Do you notice that you both pulled short stemmed flowers?" We're like,
We're literally the only two in the
yeah.
class. Like everybody had these like beautiful stems. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even realize I did that.
I think mine was like wiltering too. I think it was like hanging
Mhm.
over.
I can still see it. I can see that like it's so bizarre, but I can still see our flowers like perfectly. But it's not because it was like you said, it was such a pivotal seed that was planted that day. And she told us we were selling ourselves short. And we were both like, oh my God, that's what that means. Oh my God, it is what that means.
And less than 2 years later, we left the nursing field, um, and really went gung ho in our business. And we've been building communities and just impact just by being ourselves and leaning into our shadows, honoring our light, even being afraid of our own light, which is
Mm-hmm.
ironic.
My light's scary. Our light is scary because it's our power. And as humans, we've been so conditioned to fear our power and our empowerment. So when you start connecting with that, yeah, the shadow human aspect of us is like, no thanks. I don't want that responsibility. I don't want that. But someone this week, um, and it's funny because I almost shared this in the event, but maybe it's more relevant now.
I
I
don't want
didn't
that
end up sharing.
responsibility. I don't want that. But
Oh, that's weird.
someone this
So
week,
I can hear our thing. Do you
and
have
it's funny because
Facebook
I
up?
almost shared this in the event, but maybe it's more
Did you
Wait,
both
relevant
just
now.
like
It didn't,
can
I
hear
don't want
us?
that. Wait, can you go?
Weird. It's gone now.
Okay.
Wait, why can I hear me right now? It's creepy. Um, I'm like, what? Uh, but I was told by someone this week to respect my power, but it was said so uh it was said with such like ancient energy, if that even makes sense. Like it was said
Reverence, I'm hearing.
reverence, thank you. I'm like, what is the word? Because like we locked eyes and when it was said to me, I felt it. Like I was like, whoa, respect my power. But like that's all of us because we're all powerful.
Mhm.
We all have the same powers, right? But again, we've been so conditioned and brainwashed to not use them, to not tap into them that it's very scary. But really respecting your power means use your power. Use it
Yep.
with intention.
Hmm.
With
And
the intention of
if you don't even know what your power is, like that's beautiful too, right?
exactly. Yeah.
Your
Like
power
that
is
statement, it still is like hitting my cells in all sorts of ways. And even as we're talking about it more, it's just like, and thank you for saying the word reverence because I couldn't name the energy that spoke it, but that's the energy that spoke through this person, 1,000%. Yep.
I just, yeah, I could feel it. When you said ancient, I was like, it's reverence. I was like, okay.
I'm like, yes, yes, it is.
I was like, whoever just said that, okay.
Because when you respect your power, you don't fear it. You understand it. You understand it. You know what it is, so you learn how to work with it in an empowering way. It doesn't
Mhm.
control you.
And power isn't, right, it's not
Control over other
manipulative.
people.
Yeah. Power is you just smiling. Power is you being humble. Power is you just being like, yeah, I don't agree with that. And owning it. Like power is when you own how you feel or what you're experiencing. And then power amplified is when you allow yourself to express it. Like when you
Boom.
move with it. Like I want to set this boundary. Okay, set the boundary and then stand by the boundary. That is power times power, you know?
Boom, boom.
And that's what like our yin yangs are helping people with and what we want to bring forth. And that's what the remembrance portal is. It's like we're bringing our quote unquote power to help you embrace, I don't even want to say help, to empower you to be in your power, right? To move with your power because power
Yes.
is it's authentically living in the moment and being like, dude, I'm not okay, or like, yo, I'm so fucking okay. But maybe I'm not okay at the same time, and all of it's okay.
Boom.
Yeah.
Literally what you and I talked about too before. And what you just said, I love it because what's coming in too is like, so the empowered feminine energy that lives in all of us, right? I'm not talking male, female, genders. I'm talking about the energies that make up all of our souls. So the empowered feminine energy is the one that owns her feelings, feels them. The empowered masculine energy is now the part that actually expresses them. It's the one that now takes action with those emotions and expresses it. Like sometimes, like Sam and I had this conversation earlier because we were both just on vacation. I'm still on vacay. And how like there's this, this kind of belief system around vacation, right? That like you don't want to ruin your vacation if you're in a bad mood or if something goes like not the way our human wants it, right? And it's like, I'll just get over it. You're on vacation. And it's like, no, like I'm done living the life that like someone else tells me to just get over it. Like
Hmm.
I'm gonna let my fucking self feel it until it doesn't have to be felt anymore. And that could be for 12 hours, it could be an entire day, but I'm not gonna live in shame anymore of like the emotions that I'm very aware of that are coming up because I also like study myself so much. I know why what's coming up. Like I know why. So I don't
Hmm.
need to be fixed. I don't need really anything but a safe space to be able to express what I'm feeling and not feel like I'm being gaslit or shamed on top of that. It's like, so the empowered feminine is the feeler. She allows herself to fucking feel it all
Yep.
without fucking fear. Like she allows her fucking self to feel it all. And the masculine is like, okay, now I'm gonna fucking speak up about how I feel. And for me, that's been the scariest part. The feeling
Hmm.
of it, I've been so embodied like in that way my whole life. It's the expression of it that scares the fuck out of me because I have plenty of past experiences that when I express it, I'm too sensitive, I'm too emotional, I'm too this. Fuck that.
Yep.
Way too anything. I fuck that. I'm over that.
Peace out, motherfuckers. Bye. Out.
I'm like, oh, I'm so sensitive. No, I'm just super fucking present and tuned in to energy. And so it's a gift.
Hmm.
It's a gift.
And you're remembering that that's your power. Like our
Exactly.
emotions are our power. And that's why we named this membership the remembrance portal because it's coming back to me, like self. Remember who you are before everything else. Like remember that your feeling is true to you. It's for you and it's alive for you and that's the most important thing. And it's like and who were you before these programs?
Yep.
Like this portal is a place where we can express all of it and we can pick and choose what we don't want to talk about because there's still so much divide out there in the quote unquote spiritual community. The spiritual community is also a system. And
Hmm.
when you can rise above and zoom out and be like, oh, I see all of the systems. I'm aware of them. They're affecting me this way, maybe not. But when you can see everything for what it is, you're in your power. But you need spaces to be able to do that. Because if you're communicating with some people and they're still about the divide or I said propelling their opinion on you. Like
I like it, like a propeller. Yeah, exactly. That's what it feels like sometimes. Legit.
I was just thinking of a shotgun. It was like not shotgun. What is it called? A shotgun's one. What's the one where it's
Oh, like
like
an automatic, like
yeah.
a like AR.
It's like dodging bullets, dodging bullets. Like,
Shit. But this is why safe containers are so important when you're walking this path. because you need, especially if you're coming freshly out of trauma, like many of us are, like myself,
Mhm.
if you don't create external spaces that are safe for you, you will continue to like it's like this weird, and I've done it because I was doing it in my marriage. I was learning all these things while still being in a very wounded, not good environment. And it wasn't until I physically exited that I was like shown, like, here's all the things that while you were working on all this, like, this is all the stuff that was still happening at that time. That now that you're out of it, now it's time to feel those things and face those things. So I have, for me, like, I'm only 2 years freshly out of a 19-year relationship. I have a
Mhm.
lot of things coming up for me, and I know
Mhm.
what they are. That's the beauty of it. Like, I get it. Not everybody in my world gets it. And that's where I still dance a little bit. That's where I still do a little bit of a dance because it's like, how do I authentically express myself? Because I do know I'm in a safe container, but the old parts of me are still afraid to step forward and do that because for so long it wasn't a safe container that I had outside of me. And so that's why Sam and I are such safe containers for people because we get it. We get what it feels like. We know how challenging this work of self-love can be.
Mhm.
And I know if I didn't have Sam come into my journey when she did, I would have had a fuck ton harder time getting through what I'm not saying I wouldn't have gotten through it because I would have. But let me fucking tell you, having someone that understands everything without you even ever having to really speak it is a safety that I couldn't even put words to. So thank you.
Girl, I receive that and I send it I send you my own too cuz like it's facts and like that's why building community has been so important for both of us cuz we know like the challenges that you and I have faced just alone since meeting what was it 6 years ago 7 years ago it's like would put anyone 9 feet under like
Yep. Yep.
and like
Yep.
me and you could not talk for a week but like we're talking we're like fucking talking. And I'm like, oh, she's good. Or I'm like, oh, let me send her a Venmo.
Oh, she's gotta get out of that house now. She's not good.
Yeah, like, woo, or just like anything, or like when we're not able to show up in our life or the business because it's the same thing, the other person does. And
Yep.
it's like where we're literally yin yang. Like we're both maybe navigating the same thing at the same time, but lens is different, but the trauma is similar,
Hmm.
the emotional impact is similar, the spiritual, mental, physical impact is similar, but it's the fact that it's like, okay, you might not have 100 right now, I do, or I can
Yep.
pull 75. Like we're good. And the beautiful thing is that Maria has helped me and I'm not going to speak for both of us, but I feel like I can speak for both of us with this, is that,
I'm sure you're probably good.
okay, we've been able to learn that relationships between female and female, guys, you probably won't relate to this, I don't think, doesn't need to be jealous. There doesn't
Boom.
need to be any competition. It's like you express you, I express me. And like when we're both in our feels over something, we know it's not personal. We're like, hold on, the human's active right now. We don't have to take it personal. Like,
Yep. Exactly.
cool. And if we activate each other, it's like, okay, cool. Why? Oh, because that's what relationships that are
Yep.
harmonious and loving, that's what they do. They activate. And if you can express and have conversation through and after that, like those are the relationships that you stay by. Those are the
Yep.
ones that are most healing. The
Yep.
ones that you cannot continue to express yourself with, those are the ones that no longer deserve your power. They
Yep.
they they
They don't,
don't,
because they're
and
diminishing you. And so by you
Mhm.
staying in it, you're diminishing yourself. And that's what happens is that when you choose to stay in environments that don't promote a safe feeling for you, well, you're basically telling yourself you're not worthy of that. And so you are making yourself small. Now, the human part of you could point the finger at the external environment or that person, but really deep down, it's you doing it to yourself. And it's being able to see that, like from not a shame you're human kind of place, but from an awareness and observer of like, oh, whoa, I did that to myself. That's why I'm so pissed right now. Like, and it just helps you, I don't know, for me, it just helps me understand my human, which then allows me to have compassion for my human and then every other human walking the earth plane that's still very much stuck in their human.
Yep.
It's like I can literally see every human within every human, but I also see their love, their soul, their light.
Mhm.
It's the yin
'Cause,
yang.
yeah, at the end of the day, we all just really want to be accepted
Yep,
for who we
yep.
are. But if we don't even know who we are, or we're like, "Oh, I'm curious about who I am, but I'm not sure who it like what that is," that's when you get into spaces that can open you up. Even if you're the wallflower for a little while and you're like, "Oh, I'm not going to talk. I'm not observing energy or just being in the same frequency of someone who can like own their shit and take accountability and be in their power times their power times their power will activate you tenfold than you
Boom.
being in a room of everyone else who's just like, da, 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 I'm not going to take accountability. What's energy? Oh, nothing. Everything's a coincidence. It's like
Oh
there's a,
my God, I can't with
there's
that.
a,
Oh, that's a
there's a
coincidence.
space
Oh,
for
that's a
that.
coincidence. Yeah.
There's a space for that, but that's not our space. Our
No.
space is you're going to be activated as fuck, but not activated where like you're triggered. You may get triggered, but we can hold the energy for you and teach you how to hold the energy for yourself. Not to
Yes.
rely on us, but to be in a space with us so our frequencies can be amplified to help self and your family, your relationships, humanity, earth, cosmos. Like this is a space where you can be weird as fuck and human as fuck. You can be whatever you want. All of it is welcome. And there's not many spaces out there that I personally know of that are building something that we're co-creating. And our embodied medicine retreat was like the first step. We've done festivals, we've held free meditations, we do one-to-one coaching, my academy, but like this is something different and this is for everyone, for every walk of life. Even if you're new to spirit, quote unquote, spirituality or mysticism, if you're curious about life and you're like, wow, I'm taking accountability, or like I'm seeing changes in my life, I don't know where to go, or who to be with, or I don't fit in here or there or anywhere, like I can say this deeply. If you're curious and you're ready to take accountability for your own life, this remembrance portal is a space for you, like hands down. Because
1000%.
like skeptics aren't welcome in this space because we're
No.
raw, we're real, we're just there's
Yep.
no drama in our spaces.
No.
Um,
Yeah, skeptics. I'm glad you said that because Sam and I have dealt with a lot of skeptics, in our personal life and in our business. And I get it. I get that they're not questioning us. Like I do get that. Like they're questioning the beliefs. They're questioning it all. They're really questioning themselves. But then when it comes at you where like you have to prove something or validate something, like I'm over that. Like part of my journey. I did that for a really long time. And I can probably speak for Sam and say she's probably over it. And that's why, like, if you're skeptical, like our container is not going to resonate with you. We won't resonate with you. And that will not, it won't like that people testing us or like wanting us to validate things won't be accepted, I guess, tolerated. I hate to even use those words, but that's what's actually coming in right now. Pretty like pretty boundary setting.
yeah,
Yeah.
because we know what it's like. We've you and I will never talk about something that we haven't also walked or are still walking. Like I
Exactly.
will never, that's why like even in nursing, I was like, if I don't know the answer, I'll find out the answer. But I'm not gonna fake my way through a bullshit you just so I can look better or smarter.
Exactly.
Like, no, I've never
Nope.
played that game and I don't plan on ever playing it. And you
Nope.
can feel the energy in spaces when someone is playing a part.
Yep.
You can feel it and you're
1000%.
like, huh.
Yep. 1000%. And the more aware you are of yourself and the parts you've played, whoa, the louder you see that in other people.
Yeah,
And so that's where discernment is just so powerful
because we've
in
all
your
been
in your
perpetrators.
choices. Yep.
Yeah, we've all been victims. We've all been lovers. We've all been sages. We've all been children. We've all been adults. Like we're not just this. Like we're not just love and light. Like we're you can't just be love and light if you're not seeing the shadow. And there's a lot of bypassing going on in the quote unquote spiritual community right now. And that's why like the healthcare system we had to get out of it because there was so much bypassing. It was that's what it was. It was bypassing
That
band-aids.
whole healthcare system is bypassing, like the whole thing. That's why you just get thrown on a med or told to have a certain procedure if quote unquote's wrong with you. But it couldn't possibly be anything energetic related, emotionally related. Like it's so multifaceted. Like that's the thing of it, is that there's not just one answer or solution to these things that are imbalanced within us. It's multi-dimensional because we're multi-dimensional. Duh.
Multi-dimensional. I almost felt like I was doing not Cher, but Madonna, but she does like this and
Oh
with the
yeah,
pointy
vote.
boot. But I'm like, multi-dimensional. Mm. Yeah.
So it's like this is the kind of shit you'll get with us like monthly. I mean, who would want that?
Yeah.
We just keep
We've-
it real.
Yeah. And we've made it accessible. You can hop on to live calls, if you want. They're all recorded. The library keeps growing. It's filled with content every month it grows. If you do it for 3 months and you're like, oh, I got to take a break, you can always come back. But it's definitely a space that and I say this about my academy, because the way I've built that space, but this remembrance portal, I would sign up. Like I will
A
not
thousand
sell
percent, me
anything
too.
that I would not sign up for. Like I'm not
Same.
gonna try and one of my mentors, she asked that. She's like, if what you're creating, if you're not excited about it, then look at would you buy this? And I wrote back and I was like, I would buy this fucking thing over and over and over and over again. And I'm
Legit.
not just saying because it's mine. Like if it doesn't light me up, like I can't sell it. I don't
Yep.
because it's not even selling it, it's just being the frequency of the said thing.
Exactly. We're not even selling it. We're just being it. Like literally. Wow. I love that. We're not even, I can resonate with that big time. I am not a salesperson, but I can resonate with I am the remembrance portal. I'm just
Yeah.
being it. I'm just being it. And
Yeah.
that's what the container is all about. It's just about being the realest version of you, which will continue to evolve. That's the beautiful thing. Doesn't
Mhm.
stay one singular limiting role. We're multiple things. I just got loud ringing in my right ear when I said that.
Oh, it's interesting because I have this like thing coming in right here
So,
on my right side.
of course we do. So we will post, do you think we should put the little like the information in the link to this live? So anybody
Yes.
that's interested, it's you can do 3, 6, or 9 months. And again, there's no like deadline. It's when the field is calling to you. It's open and ready to receive you when you are ready to be received and to receive it.
And it goes live April 2nd because April 1st is the real new year.
Yep.
Screw the Gregorian calendar.
Yep.
And so, what better way to start your quote unquote new year with beginning to remember who you are or being in a space with people that remember who they are and are continuing to do the work and play in the field with their own lives and support you in playing in your field with your own life. So we love you guys and we're just here to like help shift the frequency on earth, and it doesn't start anywhere outside. It starts from within here. And so we want to give you guys the tools and everything that we've done and use and utilize and walk with to support you in doing the same. So
Amen, soul sister.
we love you
Couldn't have said it any
guys.
better. Love ya.
Bye.
Bye.